Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Stockport. Today is the Europa League final. I've suited up for the occasion, dusted off the cobwebs and whatnot. Today we face Liverpool in the Europa League final. It's all about that. Some other stuff to go through quickly before we get into that, and some bad news. But first, we had an off-camera game, which we were able to win 2-0 at home to Leicester. Very comfortable performance in the end. Makengo picked up a slight knock, but it was fine. He's been linked with a move to Watford, interestingly. Abasolo gave us the lead after 17 minutes. Pedro scored in the 90th minute to wrap up the match. Leicester did nothing. We were sensationally good, as you will expect. 2-0. Liverpool did beat Spurs 2-1 in the end, so we really did need the win. But we do get third in the Premier League, so we're going to be straight into the Champions League group stages next year, I think, which is bloody fantastic. Just to quickly show you how the league finished up. Chelsea with 93 points. We finished 5 points off of second place Manchester United, 1 point ahead of Liverpool, and 9 points above Spurs. We actually finished 16 clear of Arsenal in the end, who kind of stuttered towards the end. But you'll see Huddersfield pipped Everton to 7th in the league, which is incredible. Fulham go down, along with Southampton and, of course, Crystal Palace. But at least the threshold to stay up was what, 30 this year, which is a bit better, but I think that's still joint lowest in actual Premier League history. Now, as you'll see, Pedro did in fact win top scorer this season. He also won Footballer of the Year. He won Young Player of the Year, Players Player of the Year. Pretty much every award that could possibly be bestowed upon him was bestown. And of course he made the Team of the Year along with Milan Durand. Very strange. Of all the other players in our team that I thought would make the Team of the Year, I don't know, like Morgan Roussel perhaps, Milan Durand, our right back, also made it in. So fair play to old Milan. Well done you. Now comes to the bad news, and I'm not going to beat around the bush. I was so pleased when we got through that Leicester game with only a minor knock to Makengo, and thought, right, perfect. He'll be back for the final if we need him. Everybody else is fully fit. So I went into the training and I turned off a load of the sessions just to rest, to reduce the chances of getting any injuries. And what bloody happened is blowing my goddamn tiny mind. So in the space of just a few days, we managed to get 3 injuries in training. Akwebu out. He technically could play today maybe. Bisa out. Mello out. They're all out of the Europa League final. There's one more as well, I think, that can't play. Durand as well. He's probably not going to be able to start the Europa League final either. I could not believe it. The one time I remember to actually adjust our training to avoid us getting any injuries, and we get 5 of the bastards. It's infuriating. Like, we barely get training injuries. We get the occasional training injury this season, maybe 1 or 2. But the one time I actually try to prevent them, we get 5 of the bastards in a week. Unbelievable. So it just is not looking good for the team that we're going to be able to field today against Liverpool's. It just isn't. And that's a real shame. And I think that really could have just scuttled any chance we had of actually winning the Europa League. But it's just one of those things, really. Like, I actually took preventative measures for once, and it still messed us up. But there you go. Right, now, in the last episode, I said I'd sign some players preemptively to try and see if we could squeeze out a bit of extra transfer funds. And I think we've been able to, but I want to quickly show you them now, so you get a little bit of bonus stuff. The first of which is Alexandru Negoita, who is a Romanian goalkeeper. Now, I believe he is just that little bit better than Wilson, and the fact that we were able to get him for, I think, 4.5 million because he had a release clause, was a really solid deal. And I think for 4.5 million, this is a pretty solid keeper for us in general terms. When you actually look at the reports, he would be better than Wilson, and he's got potential because he's younger too. So I feel like he's a sensible choice to bring in. So he's come in for 4.5 million. Next up is another Romanian. This is Liviu Steciu. I don't know exactly how to pronounce that. The main reason I signed him isn't because I felt like we needed another central midfielder, but when the opportunity came to sign a player that was this good for £5.5 million, I couldn't really turn him down. So I put the bid in. He's already a Romanian international. I couldn't turn him down for £5.5 million. Like, we will make money on this deal no matter what happens. So that's kind of fine by me. Next up is Victor Rus. He's a 16-year-old Belgian striker. But when I saw this guy, I thought we have to have him. 17 dribbling, 15 finishing, 16 first touch. His passing isn't amazing, but he's got really good physicals for a 16-year-old, and he's 6 foot tall. So he's got all the factors that I really, really like in a striker. Decent teamwork as well, vision, work rate, technique. There's a lot of things I like. His long throws aren't good, but like, positioning isn't amazing, his tackling isn't great. But I think there's a lot to like about Victor Rus, and he is only 16. Now, in total, the deal over the course of 3 years in the end is going to cost us £15 million, which is quite a lot, I grant you. But when I see a guy who's 16 and already has some of these stats, I feel like this guy could be a world beater one day. So I thought, let's go for a Victor. And finally is this lad. This is Julius Meyer, who is joining us from Hanover in the summer. He's probably the biggest signing of the bunch. 16 marking, 16 tackling, only 10 heading, but he's got decent jumping reach, great balance and agility. He's fairly fast for a centre-back. He's got great mental stats for the most part, particularly the ones that matter for a centre-back. You know, anticipation, bravery, concentration, everything is good. His positioning is phenomenal. Great teamwork. There's a lot to like about this guy. His passing isn't that bad either, to be honest. Does not dive into tackles too, which means he's going to be really solid. 6'1", a little bit on the shorter side, but this guy is I think really, really good. Now, of course, over the course of the full deal, it is going to be £41 million, which is a record transfer for us. But I wanted a centre-back, and I felt like this would be the guy that could take us there. He is only 19, and I just felt like it was a deal that needed to be done then, right then and there. So he is the final signing. Obviously, there's Jamie Lane too. So we've got 5 players joining us before we've even got to the transfer window. Obviously, they'll join us at the start of it. But yeah, and I've still got £77 million to spend on strengthening elsewhere in the squad. So yeah, we'll get to the analysis, of course, after this, and we'll see who we're actually, what areas we're going to strengthen. But these were just ones I was looking at and going, we definitely need to strengthen in those positions. Right, that's enough of that. Let's get to the Europa League final. They're the favourites, obviously. I just don't see us doing it, not with the way things are at the moment. So as you can see, Ikwebu's barely fit. Bisa can't play at all. We'll just do a quick pick and you'll see what I mean. Most people fully available, but strikers, Bisa can't play. I feel like it has to be Liam Miller. Okay. I feel Garais or Miller. It's quite an ask. But we might have to go with Corbini and Garais up top in a Europa League final. He does do some good stuff for us. He's just not quite there yet. I would start Miller up top, but I really want him as an option off the bench to play in that left-hand side spot later in the game, and I just don't think he's particularly performed well as a striker. Abasolo can start. Sloughy will start with Bofa. That's great. Davidson, I mean, look, Mello can't play. Ikwebu can't play. Hume could play. We'll get him on the bench for sure. So I think Andy Davidson's going to have to start alongside Slough and Bofa. Dimitrov, Roussel, and Guard Dog, at least those two. Durand, why has he got Paul Morale? I don't know. He's just about probably fit enough to start. So it's not quite as bad as I thought it was going to be. But the main misses for me is going to be Josef Bisa, David Mellor, and David Ikwebu. Those 3 in that midfield were really going to give us some options off the bench. But I think it's going to have to be this lineup. Garais, Pedro, Abasolo, Davidson, Sloughy, Bofa, Dimitrov, Roussel, Guard Dog, Duran, and Wilson in goal. On the bench, wow, we can have a huge bench. With that in mind, for some reason, we can have a 12-man bench in the final. So we're going to go with a bench. We might as well keep Louis Molden there. Of Molden, Bednar, Dyer, Greg Stubbs, Makengo, Hunter, Miller, ETS, John Hume, Bruno Bridges, Philip Sollert, and Valentino Lazaro. So lots of options off the bench, at least. Oh, God. And the thing is, they play a 4-4-2, and I don't know how to... I don't know. We never do that well against that system. Arthur and Salah, obviously. I'm going to be a bit more aggressive with the marking. Sometimes with 4-4-2s, I tend to sit back a bit. And I'm actually going to go a lot more aggressively on this one, try to work something out. It's going to give our team a lot of work, but at least if they've got some instructions from the kickoff, we might be able to prevent conceding early goals while we're trying to work the game out. It's the only thing I can think of to do. I still don't think we're going to win, but we're at least going to try and be proactive in this game. We're not going to go cautious. We're just going to try and stay on positive and try and throw something at them. And maybe Corbini and Garais can come up with something magical for it. I don't know. I feel like a Pedro free kick or something is most likely to be what's going to score goals for us today. So, yeah, 22 assists this season for Mo Salah. I'm going to play it on comprehensive as well, so you get the full experience too. Let's do it. Europa League final. I'm nervous as shit. I can't remember the last time we did a Europa League final in a save. This is going to be mental. Didn't we win one with Wimbledon? I don't remember. Let's go. Corbini and Garais, I know he's struggling, but we just have no choice. Greg Stubbs is like the next option, and I know Stubbs' dad will want us to play him, but we're not starting him in a Europa League final. Oh God, we're up against it here. Just going to move over to comprehensive, and let's go. There's no two ways about this. We're going to get creative and see what we can come up with in today's game. At least we're fully rested. Those players that we do have are at least fully rested. Dimitrov, Salah's ball in. We have been training set pieces. Oh, well done, Wilson. We've been training defending corners and free kicks for today. I just don't want to concede a set-piece goal in this match. Okay, we got a lot of possession early on, but that could change. It's after 2 minutes, after all. Salah whips it in. Oh, God, it's coming in. Oh, they've not been fantastic shots so far, but they're at least threatening, which is a problem for us. Duranda superbly. Sloughy slips into the channel for Abasolo. Can he put a cross in? He must do. Pedro! Yes! He scores on the rebound. Stockport 1, Liverpool 0. Pedro with his 30th goal of the season gives us the lead in a European final. But remember, we led Chelsea. Abasolo does amazingly here to get this ball across. Pedro's initial header was much more powerful than I expected. Lafont mucks it up and Pedro's put it through his legs. We lead in the final, and of all people, of course, it's Pedro's 1-0. Come on! Into the channel for Vavor. Oh, that's a tough one. He's going to pull it back across. And it's instant equaliser from Liverpool. Lautaro Martinez gets in there. We go in front in the 11th minute, and they're immediately back level in the 13th minute. Yeah, ball lumped in behind. I thought we'd got sort of, you know, when the ball's in this position, we're not in too much danger, but they just lose Vavor at the back post. That is definitely on Dimitrov there for not tracking his marker. We're forcing Liverpool back to their keeper a fair amount, which is not too bad. And getting after Salah reasonably well. Alexander-Arnold. We've got enough players around there to hopefully prevent the cross. It's not going to happen, and it's in the back of the net. And within 4 minutes, they've turned it around. I mean, this is just simple stuff now. Like, they just need to defend better. If they were better players, they would have defended that. Like, you could win the ball off... I mean, I know he's a very good player, but like when the Alexander-Arnold gets the ball out here, there's two of you, you've doubled up on him, you should not be letting him get the ball in like that. And to be honest, Wilson probably shouldn't be beaten at his near post. 2-1 Liverpool. In 6 minutes, we've gone from being in front to being behind. They've got an injury. I'm going to use this opportunity. I think we've got to be more aggressive with them. I think we need to go to counter press. I think we need to go to get stuck in. I think we need to really, really press them because they're determined to play it out from the back. And yeah, we might get caught, but we're already losing at this point. We've got to try something. What worked against City was doing this and then hitting early crosses. Well, oh, it's in! Morgan Roussel's headed it in. I don't know what happened there. The keeper's come and he's completely whiffed at it. We're level. This is just like that Chelsea game in the League Cup final. Liverpool haven't done much lately since their goal. They've kind of just taken their foot off the gas. This is crazy. Directly from the throw-in, Dimitrov just whips it in. And the goalkeeper's just... I mean, that is just the goalkeeper. He's run right past the ball, and Roussel's just there to head it home. It's 2-2 in the Europa League final. We're giving it a go. That's what I want to see. It's going to be tough to keep up for the full 90 minutes, but if we can, and we are fully fresh, remember, there is still hope. Salah. Oh, no, they've all gone back post. That's what I mean. That's a prime example where they all push to the back post, and I cannot get my players to mark them. Even when you have them man marking, they just seem to ignore them. So look at this. It's all right side. They're so dominant on this side. So my first change is I'm just going to make Garais an advance forward. Just give him a bit less work to do and just do the simple things right if we can do. The other thing is we are going to hit early crosses. Try and get some balls into the box a little bit sooner so we can maybe make some runs behind. It could be a Miller second half performance perhaps. We could bring Miller on after like 65 if it's not quite going right. And maybe he can get on the end of these a bit better. That's what worked against City. But it's still finely balanced so far. That really was a great opportunity for even Dimitrov. Abasolo, oh, we've lost out. Right now we're in trouble. Both of us come flying across. He looks hurt. He looks really hurt. Oh, he is as well. He's not going to run that off. And we cannot afford to have an injured player in the team. I know Charlie Dyer does some stupid stuff, but we're kind of going to have to rely on him for the remainder of this game. Slowy. Abasolo! Blocked out for a corner. We've taken it to him in the second half. It's nice. My assistant reckons we should go slightly more standard in terms of passing. And I'm tempted to agree. Since we are trying to hit the ball into the box early, we might as well just be getting the ball up there a bit faster. Pedro is taking a free kick at the moment. Even if he scores it, he's coming off and we're going to try Liam Miller out. Pedro. Oh! What a free kick that was from Pedro. He's very nearly put us in front. 10 minutes to go. 2-2. We've been the better side in this second half. We've not allowed them a single chance or shot. Honestly, my final change might be Garais off for Greg Stubbs. Dimitrov. Oh, hello. Ball in. Headed away. Oh, he's offside. That looks like it's going to do it. We look like we're going to extra time here. But Liverpool committing a lot more fouls at the moment. And, oh, they've made 3 subs at once. I swear they'd already made subs. Have they made a 4th substitution? Are we allowed a 4th sub because of the extra time period? If so, that's dope. And if so, we're definitely using it, I tell you. Right. Garais has not done well today, unfortunately. So Greg Stubbs is going to come in. What other change have we got? Hunter, Makengo, Bednar, perhaps, for Dimitrov? Dimitrov's done well. Durand is the one who's knackered, but we've got really no other options other than Bruno Bridges. And as much as I love Bruno, I don't think this is the right moment for him. Bloody hell. This could change everything if we make the wrong choice. Davidson is on a booking. Maybe John Hume to tighten things up there. Time for everyone to dig deep. Right, they've responded to that. I've got to say, regardless of what happens, I'm so proud of the way we've changed this game around. Second half was all Stockport. I don't think Liverpool had a single shot in the second half. In fact, we could see here. Yeah, no second half shots at all for Liverpool. We've dominated them in the second period of this match. Not so much in possession, but in terms of actually playing football. Wilson. Just look out wide. Oh, that's the wrong pass, really. Miller should win that, but he doesn't. Okay. Regardless of what happens, Morgan Roussel has put in an absolute shift. Slowy. Cut inside, another shot, maybe? Oh, it's in! Greg Stubbs, of all people! Stockport 3, Liverpool 2. Greg Stubbs' first ever goal for Stockport County. Oh, no, that's not true. He got one in the cup last year, I think. Oh, my God, of all the people to score a goal in this match, it's bloody Greg Stubbs deflecting around all over the place. It comes through, saved sort of by Lafont, and we lead in... Yes, come on! Uh-oh. I mean, we are into stoppage time now. We're going to get to half-time and extra time and see what we can do. I don't really know what to do at this point. I don't really want to change anything because we've been so good since we started playing the way we are. There's nothing more I can do. I can't make any substitutions. All I can do is praise them and hope that staying on positive and just trying to keep the option open. Remember, since we switched to this style of play, Liverpool have had one shot. Time wasting. Frequently. Oh, Durand has been completely done here. Oh, no, that's a goal. Surely now. Vavort cleared away. Arthur! Another long ranger from Liverpool. They're hitting us from range. Try and keep some of that possession a little bit more. Dimitrov, nice. Can he hit cross? He does. Stubbs! He scored again! It's 4-2 to Stockport County! Greg Stubbs has scored 2 goals in extra time, and we are 4-2 up in the Europa League final. This is unbelievable. What a pass this is from Sloughy. Ivan Dimitrov has had a worldie of a game, but look at this. Peeling away, gets off of Van Dijk. Greg Stubbs heads home the second goal of the match. We're not done yet, though. This game's still got 10 minutes to go. You know they're going to score one. Oh, I've never had so much anxiety during an FM match. Enric, ball in. Gomez! It's in. From a goddamn corner. Joe Gomez gets across and it's 4-3. Oh, for goodness sake. Like, of all the times. There we... Oh, no! Come on, no. Is he offside? Has he just put... What the hell happened there? Did he just pull up with an injury or something? He just seemingly threw the ball away. He has been fouled. Alexander-Arnold's getting red carded. He's gone. Liverpool down to 10 men now. Hume's free kick. Back post. Headed away. Sloughy sort of does well. We're into stoppage time in stoppage time now. And he's played it straight out of play. It's gone out for our throw-in. Can we... Yes! Get in there! Stockport 4, Liverpool 3. We've won the goddamn Europa League. Oh my God, what a match that was. I'm serious. That is probably one of the most fun matches of Football Manager I've ever played. Wilson's 100th appearance, and we've won a European trophy in a game that, for all intents and purposes, in that first half looked like it was well out of reach. Lautaro Martinez will be man of the match. I don't care. Greg Stubbs is the man of the match for me. 2 goals for Greg Stubbs. Ryan, your son's a genius. Oh my God, of all people. Wow, what a moment. That is the most FM story I've ever seen. Right, let's just move back, shall we? Bloody hell, I can barely breathe. Inbox, Stockport County win Europa League. Our first ever season in the Europa League, and we've won the whole bloody thing. We lift it. Bonuses paid out, I don't care. He's injured for 2 days, that's fine. £7 million for winning it. Ooh, top of the Danish managers. Nice, good stuff. We got, wow, 7 million for that. Huh, that's kind of interesting. I've never seen that before. Squad bonus, oh, 7 million quid, Jesus. That is insane. Stockport 4, Liverpool 3. We've won a European trophy. We've won a European trophy before we've won a domestic one. I know we won the FA trophy. I'm aware of that, but this is next level. Oh, bloody hell. I'm absolutely knackered. Our run at the end of the season has actually been solid. Since that 4-0 loss to Chelsea, we've not lost, and we've won 5 in a row in all competitions. What a game. I genuinely feel like we made some solid tactical decisions in that game that turned it in our favour, because it just wasn't going our way before we started mixing things up a little bit. I am lost for words. Anyway, gonna have to wrap things up here. We've got an analysis video later. That's just gonna be a party atmosphere, isn't it? If you've enjoyed this and this season, drop a like on the video. If we could get 500 likes on this video, that would be quite something. So there's your aim. Even if you don't normally, do it for once for me. Because hey, if we get this video upvoted, then people might see this one in particularly. And hey, this I think is a good representation of what this series has been like as a whole. And if you're new to the channel, this is the first video of mine you've watched. Yes, it is like this quite frequently. The stress and anxiety. So I'll join you guys tomorrow for some transfer window goodies. I will hopefully be in drag. Don't worry about that. As well as analysis video later today. Holy smokes, Batman. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.